going on, people? It is June 2nd, 2023. Wanted to make this video in reference to why thinking bigger is really important, and we'll just cut right into it. So I did make this YouTube channel in order to give you like the raw documentation through the path of financial freedom, our specific journey, and what we're doing currently, like what we're learning along the way to get there. So one of the big things that has really turned a corner for us is our mindset around, our dreams and our goals and our targets that we're looking to achieve. Because I would say 6 months ago, our main goal was really just earn enough money to pay off the bill, pay the bills, pay the mortgage, like just get by, not like get by, but like have enough to like live sustainably. And we did that, but that's all that we got. And that was the only thing that came out of our lifestyle. At the end of every month, it was like we would budget, 30% of our paycheck, maybe a little bit more or less throughout the month for putting away for our future. So we'd say like 30% of our money for that purpose. And over time, and more recently, I read a book from the Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz, and another book recently. It was more of it was Think and Grow Rich for the third time now, by Napoleon Hill. And I'm a big fan of what Alex Hormozi says, which is like, you don't need to read 100 books a year to do well. You need to read the best books ever written multiple times to really solidify the point. But like, if it's already been written before and it's been written really well, and the point comes across perfectly in that book, reread that. So the Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich, Psycho-Cybernetics, like those are the types of books that are my favorite, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the classics, right, that everyone thinks of when they think of personal development, self-improvement books. Reread those just over and over and over and over and over again, and that will be much more advantageous for you. So going back to my point, when it comes to the mindset around thinking bigger, don't just think, okay, I just need to pay my bills. I just need to get by for this month, this week, this day. It's think bigger than that. Like, is there a certain income goal that you want to achieve that's going to get you to where you want? And burn that into your brain. Write it down. Look at it every single day right as you wake up and right before you go to bed. Make sure that it's saved on your computer desktop screen. Like, put it on your phone if you want. And just constantly burn that goal of income into your brain, because financial stress is like 80% of most of the stress in most cases. So if you put yourself in a place where that's good and you don't have to worry about it, not a bad place to be. So for us, our goal was not just to like get by and like pay our bills. It's to live a good life, a good financial life, and more importantly, make $20,000 a month by April 24th, 2024. Are we going to get there? I believe so. I genuinely believe that. But that forces you to think bigger. What do I need to do, or what do you need to do to get you to the place where you'll hit your income goal? If you're making $3,000 a month, double or triple or quadruple that. It doesn't have to be a year. It could be 2 years, but like Parkinson's law states, your ability or your outcomes fill the time that you give it. Like, fill the time that you allow it to have. So if you give yourself a month, it'll take you a month. If you give yourself 3 months, it'll take you 3 months. Like, that's why people procrastinate in their schoolwork, because they know like the last week before that project is due, they'll finally start doing it. So giving yourself a more realistic but also challenging timeline is going to get you to where you want to go. So thinking bigger in the grand scheme of things is going to get you a lot farther faster than if you're just like, one day I just want to have a lot of money. It needs to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time oriented. And that's what we call a SMART goal. And it can have variations of that, but you need something definite and you need to believe it. It's one thing to have the goal, but also like believe it in your heart that you'll get there. And subconsciously your brain will start to find ways for you to get to that point, and you're going to be able to see the I mean, not trying to be all woo woo, but like you will see the universe start to create opportunities for you that will give you the the chances or the at bats to get to where you want to go. So if your goal is to make 10, 15, $20,000 a month, you need to think, how can I make that kind of money? And is it work more hours at your job? Maybe, but it's very unlikely that you'll do that. So it's like, what are some side hustles, side businesses, some income streams that I can create or start that can get me to that place? A lot of people do really well in the service-based business, like pressure washing, lawn mowing, or landscaping business. Services like that. You could buy a business. I mean, there's ways that you could do it on that. And then in like a small business style, you could get into sales and like be a really high level salesperson. Who knows, right? Not saying that you're going to get there in 3 months or 6 months, but like there are things that you can do that can leverage your time and increase your dollar per hour, which is big, because there's no point in doing all these small tedious tasks and getting paid $15 an hour for it. Like you have to think bigger if you really want to change the outcome of your lifestyle and the way that you want to go in life. And that was a big lesson that I learned over the past 6 months or so. And I think at this current point in our life, I'm not too concerned on like reading a book a week or a book a month. Like I used to be crazy. I'd read like 2 books a week, and that was great, but I didn't really take a lot of action out of that. I'd rather focus on the critical few that are going to give me the most amount of direction or output possible. So the 80-20 rule. So hopefully this video brought some clarity or understanding about how you can use your mindset or use your overall approach to daily life to get you one step closer a little bit faster than you would have previously. So I promise you, there is a lot that we can accomplish in a much shorter time frame than we might think possible. There's a good saying, and I tend to butcher it, but we overestimate what we can do in a year. We underestimate what we can do in 10 years. Something along the lines of that. And if you think bigger and you genuinely believe that you'll do it, more often than not, you'll get there. It's just, you have to believe and you have to keep taking steps forward. So last thing I'll leave you with, just as far as keeping the train going in terms of consistency and like making sure that you're following up with it, get a calendar and pick one thing, one goal that you want to achieve every single day. It doesn't have to be run a marathon, but like if you want to get in better shape, do something fitness related every single day. Get your heart pumping for 1 minute a day, or whatever the goal is. Like if you want to get smarter, read books, read 1 page a day. Every time you do that, mark an X on the calendar. Your only goal after 4 or 5 days is not to break the X. It's very simple, and I'm a big fan of that. I would recommend that definitely across the board. So hopefully this video helped in terms of helping you think bigger, think long term, and think what you need to do now to get you to a place much better off in 6 months, a year from now, or beyond. So thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates. And God bless. Take care. Bye.